What an amazing week 14, huh? It's absolutely crazy. First, a lot happened. First, let's start with the proverbial elephant in the room. Why is it that Dak Prescott can't beat the Giants? I definitely thought that Dallas was going to get their payback against Eli and company for week 1, but apparently the Giants, they had other plans. They gave up the touchdown to the Cowboys, and after that, nothing. The Giants ended up winning 10-7, and it seems like they have Dak Prescott's number. Now, there are people out there that actually they're actually questioning Prescott. I mean, he loses for the first time since September, and it's to the same team. And all of a sudden, people out there wondering if he's any good. Who could actually question him? Who? Apparently, some Cowboys fans are, and of course, the media is questioning him. That's who. Now, they actually want Romo starting again. Okay, let's get a few things straight. For one, Prescott, in between those losses, he won 11 straight games, okay? Including waltzing into Lambeau his first try and winning. Second of all, at this moment, only one team has beaten him. And third of all, he lost to the Giants, not the Jets. I mean, come on. If he lost to the New York Jets, there might be some concern, but he lost to the Giants. They're dangerous. They've only lost one game since losing in Lambeau, and of course the Packers are the last NFC team to beat them. Speaking of the Packers, we seem to be back on track. As we won our third straight game. We blew out the Seahawks like everybody else does. And of course, Russell Wilson was doing his usual Russell Wilson things, throwing interceptions left and right. He threw 5 of them. He threw 5 picks. Threw 5 picks to a team with no defense. That's how bad he is. But the Packers are knocking on the playoff door. We're a hair out for a playoff spot. A little bit more than a hair out for the division. We're still 2 games out. We're technically still the third place team because Detroit has the lead, and we still have the same record as Minnesota. And Minnesota still has that week 2 win over us hanging over our heads. We actually get another crack. We get another crack at Minnesota next week, Christmas Eve. But the Packers seem to be getting things going. The defense is doing things right for a change. It's miraculous. And we have the Bears next, so that role can most likely continue. And as I said, the Packers are rejuvenated, and it's more craziness in the AFC. I'm happy that Pittsburgh is back in first place by themselves. They beat up. Who they beat? Oh yeah, they. They beat up on. They beat up on Buffalo in that snow, and Baltimore went to Foxborough and got beat, not killed. They were getting killed, but they kind of scared me for them. You know, Baltimore was kind of coming back, but the Patriots held them at bay. So Pittsburgh, for the first time in a while, they're leading the AFC North by themselves at 8-5. Now they have Cincinnati this upcoming Sunday, and if they win, then on Christmas night against Baltimore at home, they will have the chance to clinch the division just by beating the Ravens. But Pittsburgh has to win Sunday to earn that right. If not, if Pittsburgh loses and Baltimore wins, then you're looking at the 2 teams being tied again, and Baltimore can actually clinch the division with that head-to-head win on Christmas. So, speaking of the Patriots, it's a little but it's a little crowded up there for the top spot in the AFC. The Patriots are a game ahead of Oakland and Kansas City. I should say Kansas City and Oakland. Kansas City has a tiebreaker, but it's those three that are vying for that top spot. A lot of clinching scenarios. Heading into Week 15, which starts tomorrow night. Well, actually, it's almost midnight out here, so it starts at about 18 hours. Well, not 18 hours, about 17 and a half hours around that time. But a lot of scenarios. Some are extensive. Like there's listed on here. There's about 9 different ways that the Raiders can get in, and there's 5 different ways the Chiefs can get in. But the simplest scenario could take place in that Thursday game. Seattle has the Rams at home. If they win, they get the division. That's it. So they're going to get the division. So early congratulations to the Seahawks there. And speaking of the Rams, early congratulations to the Rams, because they finally fired Jeff Fisher. I don't know what possessed him to even consider keeping him, but I think we learned that extension was basically for him to leave. Here's some money. Now get out of here. But yeah, that's some of the simplest. That's pretty much the simplest scenario. Seattle wins the Thursday game. That's it. They get the division. So that's another spot in. Three teams in the NFC can clinch. So we could be looking at 2 spots left after Week 15. Unfortunately, the Lions can wrap up the NFC North this week. They have to win, and we have to get beat. Thank God we're playing the Bears. And better than that, thank God Detroit's playing the Giants. If they tie, if that game ends in a tie between Detroit and the Giants, then we have to lose, and Minnesota can't win. Thankfully, they won't, but we're going to win. We're playing the Bears. It's going to be an uphill climb for us. We just need to win out. We need to win this week. Win on Christmas Eve. And thankfully, Detroit has the Giants and Dallas back to back on the road, so they should be knocked down a bit. Meaning that the New Year's Day meeting, head-to-head meeting between the Green Bay and Detroit, could be for the division. New England can get at the most a first round bye this week. If they win, they'll get it. If they win, they'll get the division and wildcard weekend off. Kansas City's in with a win. Oakland's in with a win, plus about 8 more other scenarios, but neither one can clinch the division yet. This week, Dallas still has a shot at wrapping up everything. They got to win, and the Giants got to get beat to get the division. Home field's iffy. They have to win, and the game between Detroit and the Giants has to end dead even. So I think they can kind of forget about home field. But then again, there have been 2 ties this year. Who's to say a third would happen? We came close to a third, so you never know. That's pretty much all. Oh, the Giants. The Giants can get in, but it requires a lot. The Giants have to win. Washington has to get beat, and neither Minnesota nor the Pack can win. So, and Giants, as I said, Giants at Detroit. Washington plays on Monday against Carolina, so that should be a good game. The way I see it, regarding this race, you have Detroit, Minnesota, Washington, Tampa. I think I listed it wrong. Detroit, Minnesota, Washington, Tampa. Okay. Those are the 4 main teams in our way. I'm not counting Dallas because we have no shot at home field, and I'm not counting the Giants because there's a chance we might catch them, but I don't know. Those are the 4 teams. Those are the 4 teams pretty much in our way. All 4 of them should lose. Detroit has the Giants on the road. Minnesota has Indy, who's a strong team with top 5 quarterback. Like I said, Washington has Carolina. Carolina should beat them, even though it is in D.C. And Tampa has Dallas. You know the Buccaneers are going to get killed. So, and we have the Bears. So we should really pick up something here. We'll see what happens. But that's pretty much that wraps up my review of Week 14, which was really crazy. Poor Browns, they're 0-13, and the poor San Francisco 49ers, they have still yet to pick up a second win. Quite honestly, I think if they played each other, the Browns might beat them. We don't know, but about that. That's my review of Week 14, and Week 15. The beautiful thing about mid to late December football is is Saturday games, and we have our first Saturday game of the season this Saturday with the Miami and the Jets. So again, the nationally televised games: Rams Seahawks Thursday, Miami and the Jets Saturday, Tampa Bay and Dallas Sunday night game. The Monday night game is Carolina Washington. So that's what's coming up Week 15. So there's 3 weeks left. So I advise all football fans to have fun with this crazy playoff race. Until next week.